What's wrong?
Allô? Salut!
Weeping Willow.
I'm expecting some great news.
Yeah, I was.
El Capitano Worm. Some great. His money issues are resolved. His parents might be helping him, possibly, I don't know, or he knows somebody that's gonna help him out. He got some head today out from the good news. He also had a great dinner. Bought a new car.
You guys got one thing right.
What the fuck? He got laid? I guess that's the only thing.
I can neither confirm nor deny. Okay, yeah, you got two things right.
100. Ah.
But that wasn't like that's not really great news about my contractor.
Oh.
Well, I'd say interesting news because it puts me in like a ridiculously difficult spot. Well, oh, if you want to keep guessing, be my guest.
Going all in 600.
I think it's all you. It's all you, Chris. Worm is going to space.
Think about it.
He won a competition, and he's going to space, and he's excited.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Oh,
That's
that'd
not
be
it.
nuts. He's coming to Hawaii as well, in top of it.
These guesses are getting worse and worse. No,
Worm is having a baby.
no,
Worm is literally giving birth.
no.
Worm is married. Oh, that is one. Yeah.
That is not it. It's not
Oh.
it either.
My God. Worm got a puppy.
He already did that.
Oh.
Yeah, a long time ago. The minute they rebuilt it, they put it in my brother and my name to avoid the capital gains tax. It's related to my project. That would be sick news, but that's not the news. That's not it either. That's not it either.
You finally got the numbers to sell the
That's
units
not
or
it
whatever.
either. That's not it either.
He only wants 10K a month.
That's not it either.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's its own separate thing.
Harut will be funding you some money.
That's not it either. You still got to front that.
Come on, Mac. You still have to front it. Yeah, that's what I asked
That's
about
a
the
good
numbers.
guess, but that's not it either.
That's what I was talking about with the numbers or whatever.
That's not it either, though. Well,
It's
you're
very
not
possible.
getting troll. I guess we're just gonna guess all night. Huh?
Worm got high as fuck and he's chilling.
That's definitely not it.
Okay, with the new with Quebec opening up, that definitely helps something along with your project. C'est quoi?
That's not it
Wow!
either.
Oh,
That was not a good guess.
I thought it was a sick guess. Why I didn't know it. Worm is the captain now. The guy agreed to heavily discount the amount that you owe if you accepted Bitcoin. Well, if he accepted Bitcoin, yeah.
Honestly, I'd be shocked if you guessed it.
Corpy Worm bought a new truck. That's it. Worm shipped an MTT. He's playing on his phone at his parents' house and shipped the big one.
Well, I'd do a final say, but that's not it either. Well, I'm just been waiting to do that the last 10 minutes.
Okay, you can tell us. I was having fun guessing, but I don't think we'll get it.
Chris still gets another until 1 a.m., I guess, to guess. 30 seconds.
In the tank. Yeah. Hook them up with some buyers.
Oh, let's hear it, Chris, so I can move on with my life. No, let's hear your last guess. Well, yeah, you'd have to know like the intricacies of my project, but so essentially, like my well, I told you guys my contractor fronted me 500K to like finish the work, and he's been asking about like how when we're gonna pay and whatnot. So like today he told me he wanted well, actually he told me Monday he wanted me to sign a thing called reconnaissance de dette, which is like a declaration of owing someone money. It's like a workaround for not putting a lien on the building. Because like if he wants to get paid, like technically he has to put a lien on the building, which would like freak my bank out. So like I spoke with my lawyer today about it, about the declaration of debt paper, and he said, well, like how do you know how much your contractor owes you? You owe him. And I said, well, he told me, I owe him, 510K. And I said, and then he's like, okay, but have you seen the bills yet? And I said, no. And he said, okay, first you ask for the bills. And he said, like, basically what he told me, my lawyer, he said it is you're in the driver's seat now because your contractor did the work without like asking you to pay him for it. And it's like a large amount, like a relatively large amount. It's 500K. But he said it's not so large that it's going to freak the bank out because my loan to the bank is 900K and my building's worth like 3 million. And he said, like, if your contractor puts a lien on the building, like your bank is going to be tilted a little bit, but 500K plus 900K is only 1.4 mil. And he said, like, they don't usually want to take like possession of a building, banks, like it tilts them. They just prefer that you like solve the issue. So he said, you know, if your contractor puts a lien on the building, it's like not a huge problem for you, which I thought it would be a huge problem because I thought like the bank would call in the loan and then like I'd have to go through like some ridiculous like gross process, which he said like it is going to be a bit of a headache, but it kind of gives you a lot of leverage over the last amount you owe your contractor. Yeah. No, but I mean, I don't think so because I've gotten all the bills, but I'm gonna know kind of for sure for the last part.
Imagine
Uh,
he's been scumming you this whole time.
no, I mean, I doubt he's been scumming me because like my partner was there every day, like watching the work happen
No, no, no,
and
I mean, but
talking.
like the actual amount that you owe him.
Well, that's what my partner Haru kind of accused my builder of. Yeah, on Monday they had like a heated exchange in our meeting. They were yelling at each other.
Tabarnak.
Well, I wouldn't say yelling, like in kashansu of yelling. Yeah, I was there, like a heated argument. Well, it was Haruto who was having the heated argument. Yeah, he was like, "Look, man, we don't know what like." He said, like, first things first, like the only thing that happened the way you said it would happen in this project is you did the contracting. Everything else, like nothing happened the way you said it happened. And then like my contractor was like, "Oh well, you know, no, I
No,
don't
he
mean
means
Saudi,
John.
John."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Look, man, I mean, there was COVID, like the city fucked us over, the wood prices went up, like, you know, And then Howard was like, look, man, out of everyone in this whole project, everyone, the people who work there, you, the bank, the only people not making money is us. And then like John was like, ben là, écoute, là, je vous ai dit, tu sais, le pire, ce qui va arriver, c'est que vous allez juste refaire votre argent que vous avez mis dedans. And then he's like, ouais, mais John, là, c'est parce que dis-moi pas que t'as fait du cash, t'as pas fait de cash, là, t'as fait 150 000, 200 000 sur nos dos, sur notre dos. And then, like, John was like, oh, il y a plein de fois que je voulais juste vous crisser là, là. Je voulais rien savoir de ce projet-là, c'était un gros mal de tête. Yeah, it was just like back and forth for like, I don't know, a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And so anyway, like, that's kind of beside the point. So like for a while I thought like, man, I'm really in a tough spot. But my like lawyer was saying like, look, I mean it would be a big headache for him to put a lien on the building, but like you have leverage right now, so maybe it's time for you to pressure your contractor a little bit. So I don't know, like I'll see what happens for that, but like basically my lawyer said like you have like a really decent asset and like you have a lot of leverage now. So like don't be nitty, basically is what he's saying.
Wow.
So like that was not how I thought
Well,
the situation was.
okay, so like, I mean, like you have a good relationship with John, and now it's gonna be soured bigly after this.
Well, I wouldn't say I have a good relationship. Like I do have a good relationship with him, but like when I start asking for bills, he's definitely going to be a little tilted.
Anyway.
Because
So
of
I'm
how-
assuming. Sorry, go on.
And I has to produce 500,000 worth of bills. Tilly.
Well, yeah, I mean that's not that hard. I mean, it's just. I mean, I wouldn't say he's going to be tilted. It's just like usually we have kind of a gentleman's agreement about stuff. But I guess he's going to be annoyed.
Like, t'imagines tu qu'on a faire ça, là?
Well, he's not allowed to say that because like if someone said like, hey, you know, you owe me 500K, like you definitely want to see the paperwork backing that up before you sign a paper
Yeah, okay.
saying that you do owe him 500K.
So you're not
That
gonna
should-
sign it yet, like that loan paper or whatever.
Well,
like
I'm
the
gonna
debt paper.
I'm gonna try and delay it until the closest I can to June 1st, which is when the project is supposed to be completely over. So that's in 10 days, 11 days. So I'm probably gonna hit him with it like next Monday or something. Tell him to give me all the bills.
Why wouldn't you tell him sooner? Why would you delay?
So what if
Well,
it's
if I tell him soon,
what if like all the bills that come to like, I don't know, 419,000 instead of 500?
well then I'll be like, John, tu m'as dit que je te devais 510 000. And he'll say, là, ouais, mais il y a du stock que je t'ai pas encore billé. And I'll say, ben écoute, je vais juste reconnaître ta dette que j'ai là en avant de moi, là. So yeah. So anyway, I mean, I'm a little nervous to see what happens because like if it goes to the lien on the building, like it's gonna be a little bit of a shitstorm. But
Well, can he, instead of like the debt thing, can he put a lien on your building?
yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Once you ask him for the 500,000? I mean, once you ask him for the bills?
No, not once I ask him for the bills, but like if I say like if I just like if something happens wrong with the billing, then I'll probably say I'm not gonna sign the reconnaissance de dette. And then he's gonna put a lien on the building, and like the problem with that for him is like he just never knows when he's gonna get paid. So it's not a super cool situation for him to be in. Because like generally how it works in construction is like the contractor pays for the work up front, but only to like, I don't know, let's say 200K. But like I kept telling him like, dude, I have no money, like can you just finish the project? And he did. But like now he's kind of overextended like by 2.5 times.
What exactly is a lien on a building?
It's something that like is registered in like the database of the government or like the notaries database that says like if you sell this building, like these people have like a claim on the proceeds of the sale before you do.
Right.
So like right now the only people with a lien on my building is the bank that loaned me 900K. So if I sold the building for 3 million, they would get their 900K. And then I would get the rest. But if he puts the lien on the building, he gets it first before the bank, then the bank gets their cut, and then whatever's left goes to me.
Right.
So anyway, that's that part. Then I spoke to my banker right after that because I'm trying to, generate some extra liquidity right now. So I called to like raise my credit line limit, and he's asking me like, well, so what do you do? Like, I heard you're like the poker player guy, and I said, I do that, but I have a real estate development business. And he was like, ah ouais, c'est quoi tu fais? And I said, j'ai un projet à Rosemont, la petite patrie, un sixplex que je développe. And he's like, ah ouais. And he said, fait que tu veux-tu du financement pour ça? And I said, ah non, c'est fini, là, le projet, il finit à la fin du mois. And he said, ah ouais. And he said, ça tente-tu de le vendre? And then I said, la bâtisse au complet? And he was like, ouais, j'ai 2 clients qui aimeraient ça acheter un bâtiment de même.
Wow.
And then I was like, okay. And then he said, c'est quoi ton coût de construction? And I said, ben, au total, c'est 3 millions, là, incluant le terrain que j'ai acheté et tout. And he said, ben, combien tu voudrais pour ça, là? 3,5 millions? And I was like, on pourrait en discuter, là, avec ton client. So, that's the other piece of news that I got. It was kind of really interesting.
So, like, that would cancel your current sales?
Well, that's the thing. Like, the stick in the mud right now is I have 4 sales that are made, but I had a discussion with my lawyer today about how to cancel them. So, like, I'm going to talk to my partners tomorrow and see how we're going to cancel, if we can cancel them.
So you
Make sure first that like the guy would be willing to buy it too, right? Like,
Well,
actually,
I've been thinking about that all night tonight. Like, what am I gonna do if he doesn't buy it? And like either way, whenever I cancel the sales, I'm most likely gonna have to get people to rent the units, and they're gonna live in it. So if he doesn't buy it, then I'm just gonna end up holding the building.
So if you sell it for 3.5 mil, what would be your profit?
It would be 500K.
Yeah, times whatever. Times your share.
your mic's cutting off. Can't really hear you.
Yeah, 500K times your share. And then, like, right now, like, you're projecting to break even or lose slightly?
Unless he sells it for 3.5.
No, lately we're thinking we're gonna probably break even or win like a bit.
No matter what? Oh, that's pretty good. Well, is that because of what
it's-
John told you, or?
Well, just because like, I think we're gonna be able to sell the last 2 units like for really really good prices.
Maybe you could also convince the guy to just buy the last 2, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I'll probably see. I mean, that like, so my dilemma here is, as you can tell, is like right now I'm kind of faced with like if I just keep the status quo, like I'm either gonna, break even or win a bit of money. But if I go through all this extra headache, like I can maybe like go from instead like breaking even to like profiting 500K,
Yeah.
Right.
But like there's some downsides too. Like if
If you cancel the sales and he doesn't buy, yeah, it's like really gay.
No, if I cancel the sales, then everything is good. Because the bad thing that's happening in my project now is my sales. Like they're too low. There's like 2 of them that are like really too low. The prices we sold them for.
Well, that's the hair in the suit. They don't want to cancel that, right?
Well, exactly. So I spoke to my lawyer and he's like, look, your contracts, I read them. Like, it's going to be tough for you to cancel the sales, like, unilaterally. But he said, look, there's things you can do to try and make the buyers walk away. And he said, number 1 is, like, your problems at the city. Like, you have to tell them that you're having problems with the city and you don't know if you're going to be able to get the lot numbers so that you can sell them their units. And number 2, he said,
will
look,
they actually buy that though?
well, it's true. I mean, I have emails. Like, it's not a lie. It's the truth. I have
They sue
emails
you
from
for
the
that?
city. Well, that's the downside. Is it like I could potentially like have trouble canceling the sales, and then like it would cause like a little bit of a headache. If they're like, no, like we don't want to cancel our sale. Not too much of a headache, because in the end, if they don't want to cancel the sale, then we're kind of stuck. We're stuck with the status quo. But like, it's just all the headache of like trying to get them to like back off buying the units. So, oh, and the loss of trust too. Like, if we if we try and get them to back off, and then they're like, "Fuck that, we're not backing off," then like it kind of like sours the relationship.
Well, why do you care about that?
Well, I care because I'm still gonna be involved for like until I sell all my units. It's not a huge concern.
Okay. But 500 000, ça serait pas pire. At least a decent return for all that work.
Well, exactly, but there's like a lot of moving parts. Like I have to convince John to cancel 2 of his sales because he made 2 out of the 4 sales.
Really? Okay. Well, were the bad prices because of John?
No, his 2 sales are like really good. They were like above.
So it's Haruts who were bad?
Well, one of Harut's is like, but they're not bad because of him. Like, we made one of the sales like, I don't know, 2.5 years ago.
Right.
But like prices went high. Like he sold it at market price 2.5 years ago.
What's the upside of selling it like back then, so early?
Well, I wanted to secure some sales early just because, you know, I wanted to make sure we could sell. But like now I'm like realizing that was a mistake. But you know, it's a mistake now given the circumstances. I mean, I would have looked like a genius if for some reason real estate had crashed. So
Yeah.
Which is that even like any likely in 2021?
anything's likely, but no. But this was back in late 2018.
Right.
Yeah, it was only one house, right? Only one sale back then.
There's only what?
Only one
There's
sale
only
in
one
2018.
Yeah, and then the rest came in like, well, I signed one like in 2020, and then I think the other 2 were in late 2019. Because like, don't forget, like when I started this project, I was supposed to be done at the latest February 2020. So like a year and a few months ago. So like making a sale in late 2018 is not a huge deal. But like, if you add another year and a couple of months on and an overheated real estate market, now it starts to look like a blunder.
Yeah.
Like per unit, the really like low sale that we have, like I think we're selling it for 370. Like now it can get 450 easy.
Boy. That does.
Well, in the bright side, these all seem like good issues to have. Really, like.
Yeah, they do. I mean, there is a bit of downside, like I said, potential litigation, you know,
Right.
potential headache with the bank, like a cash flow issue. Like if the bank was really aggressive about their loan, then they could like cause problems by like saying like, oh, we're just going to take possession of the building and sell it. But my lawyer said they hate doing that.
That's good.
Yeah, why go through all that trouble when they could just sit back and profit?
Pretty
Well,
much.
exactly, because they know the building is worth like 3 mil, and their piece of that is like, you know, less than 30%. So they're gonna get their money regardless.
Bank will have its due.
What's that?
I was just quoting Game of Thrones.
So you're
The
gonna put
Iron
s-
Bank.
Yeah.
you're gonna put the squeeze on John.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it requires like for the first 2 years, like I avoided being confrontational with him just because like the whole project hinged on him like delivering because he was the one with experience. But like my lawyer made me realize like today that you know his part of the project is done now, and like I have the leverage over him because he like I owe him 500K. So
So he did all the work and now you're scumming him.
I wouldn't say scumming him, but like I mean, he definitely put me in some really, like, he definitely took advantage. So
Yeah.
I don't feel bad taking advantage back.
Well, is your lawyer gonna handle most of that? Like, let's
Well,
say you do.
yeah,
So you can just blame it on your lawyer. It's like, oh yeah, my lawyer wants all the bills, by the way.
well, I'm just gonna say, like, look, I mean, first thing I'm gonna say is, je peux-tu avoir les bills? Tu sais, je veux vérifier le montant que je vais te devoir. And then he's gonna probably say, like, I mean, maybe he'll say, okay, c'est beau, je vais te les envoyer, but most likely he's gonna say, like, ben là, écoute, tu sais, je voulais signer ça là, and then, like, he might threaten, like, ben écoute, Mathieu, là, tu sais, je voulais pas mettre une hypothèque légale, mais je vais faire que je le fasse, là, si tu veux pas signer ça. And I'll be like, écoute, je veux juste voir les bills, là, je veux juste confirmer le montant que je te dois. Je veux pas juste signer un papier
Yeah.
n'importe comment. And then he'll probably be like, OK, donne-moi une couple de jours, puis je vais te les envoyer. And then he'll be like, ben là, après ça, on va signer, hein. And then I'll have to be like, oh ouais, c'est beau.
Pas de problème, big.
But on like the shadier side too, like who knows what these fucking guys are capable of too.
What do you think he can do?
I don't know if I make him wait, like if like he puts a lien on the building and I make him wait, like he might vandalize it, but then that kind of lowers the value of the building. It kind of hurts him too because he has a claim on it.
Well, he's gonna ask for 500K no matter what. Right?
Your voice is low. You keep cutting
Yeah,
off.
his mic keeps cutting. I don't see what incentive he has to scum you though. And why would you make him wait as well?
Well, the longer I make him wait, well, I mean, I don't have infinite cash, obviously, so
Right.
I can't pay him. That's kind of why I went to, like, I'm trying to gather the most troops I can. That's why I called the bank to increase my credit limit. So that, like, if things go really bad, then I can maybe, you know, pay off I don't know, a good portion of my debt to John. So that the bank won't freak out too much.
So pay a debt with a debt.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, you know, if the bank freaks out, then I can be like, look, I have, I don't know, 300K. I'm gonna pay 300 of the 500K I owe John right now. Like that way, the bank would freak out less. That's kind of what I'm doing on the, like in the background here. I'm trying to marshal my resources.
second. So you're saying, anyways, so like, are you gonna meet the client who wants to buy the 3.5 mil? Wants to buy for 3.5 mil?
Well, number one thing that I have to go through next is I got to talk to my partners and see if they're on board, and
Why
we
wouldn't
also
they?
have to. Well, because one of the sales is made to my cousin, like not my cousin, my partner's cousin,
Ah,
and like he's like, oh, she's already tilted. Like if we tell her we have to cancel her, like if we tell her, look, there we can't give her her unit, you know, that she customized herself and that she's been waiting for 3 years.
oof. Did she get
Like,
it? Did
did
she get a sweetheart deal?
well, I mean, I don't think so because I told them no sweetheart deals. But that's the sale he made like in 2018.
Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, couldn't predict it, but I mean, I guess you kind of have to expect that, you know, it has to go up due to opportunity cost and all that. But, anyways,
Yeah, well,
what are you gonna do?
we'll see. I have to think. Like, that's why I'm asking. So I'm wondering out loud, like, what
Well,
I'm gonna do.
well, the guy who wants to pay 3.5 mil, he doesn't want to. He won't accept any pre-sales. Like you've done,
Well, no,
this
because
comes with like some sales that we already made.
no, because the whole point for him is he wants to hold the building and rent it out.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, though, we don't know for sure that there's actually a guy. Isn't the bank dude just like saying like, yeah, I think I know a guy?
No,
He
I
said he had a
know for
couple.
sure there's a guy, but I don't know how. Like the offer he made like is not real.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the bank guy who said it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but he said I have 2 clients would be interested.
Bah, la compétition c'est bon, là, mais...
Yeah. Look, I mean that the deal itself is not the thing, is more so like the fact that there are 2 people that are interested in this type of deal, which kind of means like, wow, like I really like there's an extra 500K on the table that I have to try and squeeze.
Why?
But it means a lot of headache and like a lot like quite a bit of potential problems.
Like, yeah, what's the potential problem?
Well, I mean, the major problem would be like trying to cancel the sales. Like
Yeah.
that incurs some legal fees,
Why?
and then everyone's like, "Oh, fuck you! Like we don't want to cancel the sales. Like you can't do this. Like we're buying it." So then, like that sours your relationship with the people buying your unit, which is not great.
Okay, so the reason you care about that is because it's Hadot's cousin.
No, not. I don't really care about that. I care about like the fact like if you sell something to someone and they're happy, they're like less likely to annoy you in the future. But if you sell someone to someone who's pissed off at you, like obviously that's not as good of a situation for you.
Yeah, but like if you sell the unit to another guy, like you don't care anymore. You're not part of the house anymore.
Well, I mean, if I sell all my units to 6 pissed off people, like they can create problems for me down the road.
No, I'm saying you sell the unit to the new guy who's gonna pay 3.5 mil. So like after that's done, like you're completely out, right?
Yeah, I am, but I'd have to cancel 4 sales to
Okay,
do so.
So exactly. So what do you care if they're pissed off at that point?
No, I'm saying if I try and cancel the sales and they don't get canceled,
Oh, okay, okay,
now I'm stuck with 4 people buying something that want to buy it, but that are pissed off at me.
right. Why? So legal fees, possible problems. Do you expect any lawsuits?
Well, they can't sue me like for trying to cancel, like, because my strategy here, my lawyer told me to go for is like you're not trying to cancel the sale unilaterally. You're trying to motivate them to be like, fuck it, like I don't want to go through with the deal, and then you're like, okay, I get it, and then you both agree to cancel the sale.
Why?
And he said to do that, to motivate them to do that, you have to do a few things. Like you said, you're having trouble with the city, you have to tell them that you're having trouble with the city. You have to tell them, like, look, I don't know when I can have your unit ready. You know, I have problems with the city. Like, they're not issuing the lot number, so I don't know when you'll ever be able to buy this thing. And then, like, if you say, like, look, I'm having problems with my builder, like, I owe him money, he wants the money now, he's not gonna, do the rest of the work. So I don't know when this building's going to be ready. So like you as a buyer, would you be like, am I going to wait, potentially another year, or should I just?
But the hair in the soup is Hadid's cousin.
Well,
is he gonna lie to his cousin?
It's Sadi's cousin.
Okay, yeah, is Sadi gonna lie to his cousin?
Well, that's what. Yeah, I just had a quick WhatsApp messaging with Sadi and Hadut, and Sadi was like, I'm against canceling the sale of my cousin.
Yeah.
But he has no say in it because I'm the sole shareholder in the project. They don't have any legal say, so I'm the one calling the shots.
Okay, well then Sadi's definitely gonna tell her everything, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, wait."
Well, that's the thing. So like, one of the ways I'm gonna try and smooth that over is probably like offer, like some sort of damages to her, just to smooth things over.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about what we came up with. 25K. Like reimburse her for all the custom jobs that she paid for, and then give her like some, I don't know, some money.
And name a price.
Such a tough spot, man. Like I'm really,
Well, I like your spot a lot better than the last time when you were talking about losing your house. I mean,
not losing my house, selling
or
it.
selling. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, it kind of dawned on me, like, dude, like, why don't I just call the bank and see if they'll loan me more money against my house? So that's what I did today. And that's when I got to talking with my banker. So I might be able to go get an extra 200K there.
So, something tells me that Worm had a great day. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, it was a good day, but like now, like overall, like my situation has really improved, but like I'm in a spot where I have no idea what I should do.
Well, it's kind of hard to calculate the EV here. Because like 3.5 mil, like that could just be BS, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. You need to actually sit down and talk with that guy.
Well, I mean,
And
yeah, the bank guy doesn't even know what the building looks like, doesn't know anything. He's like, yeah, we could pay 3.5 mil.
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, but the feeling I got from him was like his client is one of like these rich immigrants who want to park their money in real estate. And they like, not that they don't care about the price, but they care a lot less than like our Quebecois or something.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if you're going based off John in these businesses, you can't trust anybody.
You can't. But number one thing I need to decide is if I want to try and cancel the sales. Like, there's no point in me talking to the guy making the 3.5 mil offer if I can't cancel the sales. Like, that thing has to happen first.
Why?
I
don't know. It doesn't seem worth it.
Ouais, tu penses pas?
No.
Unless you actually have a serious number where he's like, I know that this client is willing to offer you 3.5 million, then doesn't seem reasonable.
But that's not just the only thing, guys. Like, if I cancel the sales, I can just resell the units at higher prices. So I'm not locked in. I think you guys are thinking I'm locked into just selling the whole building to like this one client, this one guy who's in the clouds. But that's not my only option. If I cancel the sales, I can just resell all the units for higher prices, or I can just rent out my building.
Like they got cap. Like I'm sure, like they all realize, like we got a good deal here. Like we're not gonna let this go.
They're not gonna roll over.
And he's gonna be like, yeah, he's probably bluffing with this number thing, this city thing.
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, I talked about that like with Harut and my lawyer. Like I have the emails from the city saying, écoute, on peut pas vous donner vos numéros de l'eau. Faut que ça passe devant le tribunal de la régie.
Okay, and they'll be like, okay, and when is that?
Well, you know, we could say, on sait pas. On sait pas quand on va avoir ça.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not gonna be like a friggin' year.
You never know, man. And it doesn't mean that the tribunal will say yes. They can say no, too. They can say, non, on veut pas que tu fasses cette conversion-là. Which would be amazing. That would be the best thing that could happen to me right now.
Or I mean, I understand that you're looking for EV here as well. You also have to consider how much headache this whole thing has caused you, and like, is it worth going through all that much more headache? I would want to be just done with this, you know,
Okay, well, yeah.
get the last 2 sales.
Yeah, so we have an unknown price, but let's say it's 500,000 profit. Okay, so your share of that is what, 66%?
It's 4.6, so yeah, 67%.
Okay. So that's like 300, like, yeah. Oops.
It's like 350K, I think.
335. Okay, and then like minus 25 at least for like the girl.
No, well, that doesn't come out straight out of my end.
Okay, like, you know, 2/3 of that.
475. 475 times.
No, I'm saying like you have to pay her off, you know, 25K.
Yeah.
But like, okay, like times 2/3, I guess.
Well, no, just take it off the total profit. 500
Okay.
minus 25K to her.
Yeah.
And then I gotta pay John to cancel the sales. I've Stavrat Brim. That's 20K. So 455.
Yeah.
And then you get sued.
300K.
But then possibly, yeah, like all the lawyer fees and notary fees. Is that a lot? Like the whole.
No, it's not a lot. Like lawyer fee, it's gonna be like a couple G's.
Okay.
You know you're rich when 50K in lawyer fees is no problem, right?
It's a few K.
50K? Yeah, you're rich if that's not a lot.
So that shrinks your profit down to 303,000. But that's like assuming it's 3.5 mil.
Yeah.
With an actual offer.
Why?
With a guy who's willing to snap.
And 3.5 mil. Yeah, it's probably like you probably highballed it.
Well, he first of all, no. I mean, maybe he did, but like, he just came out with 3.5. I didn't even set a price. It's like, combien tu veux? 3.5. And I was like, well, peut-être là. So who knows? We're in that ballpark.
Well, Worm, I mean, obviously, we're not gonna know the answer for you what you should be doing, right? But you should definitely, meditate on it. Just
I've been thinking about it all evening, man.
notice, literally meditate and just think about that. And just no distraction. What is the best play? Think about every single intricacy of the situation.
Dude, it's so complex, man. There's so many things I have to think about.
And you can write it all down too.
Consiglieri is what they think.
You could also write it all down. You know, there's a lot of factors. Nice little flow chart for Worm.
Well, yeah, you should for sure put it in Excel and try to put some probabilities here because. I mean, if you sell for 3.2 mil, like it's not worth it at all, right?
If I sell if I sell the whole project as is for 3.2 mil?
Yeah, then it's completely not worth it.
Well, it's 300K we're leaving on the table.
No, it's 200,000.
No.
200,000 minus like
plus all the fees and.
Okay, fine. 250,000. Whatever. We'll say 200,000, assuming like he lowers his price of purchase.
Yeah, okay, and then all these fees and stuff, how much do they end up costing you? Like,
No, we calculated that. We chopped off 100K from the 3.5.
Yeah, but I'm saying, let's say instead of 3.5, it's 3.2.
I mean, I would just hold the building myself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
okay, exactly, yeah.
exactly. Rendu là, ça vaut pas la peine.
Yeah, if he offers to purchase 3.2, but I mean, like I said, like canceling the sales lets me sell like each individual unit for a higher price too.
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to like I'm wondering if I should just try and cancel the sales and see where that takes me.
There's also a risk of you getting crushed if interest rates spike.
Yeah, it's possible.
How much would it hurt
It's
you?
it's not honestly it's not that possible. I mean, in the next 6 months, interest rates are not going to spike too much.
I don't know, man. Nobody knows.
I mean, taux directeur, like they're not gonna, it's not gonna go from 2.5 to like 7.
I think. Well, didn't you see like like it cooled down in April? Demand for housing relative to March.
Shit.
Yeah, Hosni sent you the article. Didn't it send you?
No,
Or I sent
where
it.
in?
Yeah, somebody posted it in Total Mart, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't
how
read it.
long ago?
It was supposed to. It was
Yesterday?
Like 2 days ago. Yeah.
Recently.
Did not see.
Yeah, I think it was Hosni. Either me or Hosni who posted it. I think it's Hosni.
But
Yeah,
Wall
you guys
Street
are having-
Journal?
I think it was like CTV.
Anyway, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, is it worth all the headache? That's the question.
Why? Yeah, it's just 3.5 mil. Like that number comes out of nowhere. I don't think it's worth anything. Pas vraiment faire des calculs basés sur ça.
Yeah,
They-
but like, the way I'm thinking of
Yeah,
splitting up this problem is in 2 phases. Like, phase 1 is trying to cancel the sales.
Yeah, cancel and resell to new people. I get that.
Yeah,
And,
because
okay,
like,
how much? Okay, how much does how to think you can sell if you manage to do that?
okay, I mean, just the cousins unit, like that's an easy 80K.
When you say 80K, you mean 80K profit?
Like extra 80K.
So 3.3 million and 8 plus 80K.
Yeah, plus 80K. Then like I don't know the numbers for the other 3. Like 2 of them, like maybe a few. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'd say like 50K for both of them together.
Yeah.
So 80 plus 50, and then the other unit, I don't know. Let's say another 40.
So 170K. That's okay. So minimum, minimum is 3.2 million. Why? Let's see. Times 0.67. So that's 114K for you.
Well, okay, let me first of all, like that's 170K on top, like because right now we're projecting like with the sales that we're gonna make,
The
like
last 2 sales?
yeah, the last 2 sales conservatively, like we're gonna be like at 3.15.
Yeah.
So if we add another 170, we're at like 3.33.
Oh, so it's okay. Okay, so okay.
So there's EV there. There's a lot of EV in getting the sales canceled. So yeah, I think I'm starting to realize like I should probably try and cancel the sales.
Okay, we're just you have to consider I know this is gonna sound like contradictory to what everything we do, but like you've had a lot of emotional stress tied to this project. Would you be comfortable if things went south canceling the project? Like how much emotional stress would that add to your life, you know? Like I think that's something that you also have to consider because like in your mind you're thinking, okay, the numbers look really good if I cancel all the project or if I cancel all the sales. At face value, I think I should be doing that, but you're also not considering how stressful this is going to be to you if things don't go the way you expect it to do, right?
That's true, but like when the number is this big, like
Yeah.
I'm seeing 200. I'm seeing 234,000. You know, obviously it's gonna be less than that, minus all the other like things that we can't predict right now.
I understand.
Like if there's any time to be stressed, it's while you're young. You know, so.
Well, there's like what's happened before is kind of a sunk cost. Like I can't really think, too much about it.
Right, I'm saying like if you're very comfortable with, like I understand 200. There's 200K on the table probably. If you're very okay emotionally dealing with any negatives that might come, then it's probably a good idea for you to cancel the sale. But if you think that maybe it might stress you out a lot more than you think it would, like if like if things don't actually go your way, then that's a big consideration, right?
I'm wondering, like,
obviously.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm just saying, obviously, as poker players, we're not supposed to be thinking about all the emotion, but like, this is a lot of money, and this is something that's been dragging on for a while. It's been adding a lot of stress to your life, right? So I think that is a consideration that you should have.
Well, the question that I had, like, how badly can it really go? I mean, you're just selling units.
Well, that's that's what I want to ask Shelly. Like, how badly can it go trying to cancel the sales?
Let's say they take you to court and this thing drags on forever, and then you can't end up selling anything, and then better than anyone how ugly like court can get, right?
Yeah, but hang on, like they can't take me to like what they like if I try and cancel the sale. Like I'm not trying to outright cancel the sale. Like I'm just gonna be saying things like, look, I don't know when it's gonna be ready. Like we're having a lot of problems with the city. We're having problems with the builder. And if they say, look, we want to hold, then I'm just stuck with like waiting for the city to approve the file, and then I sell them their units.
Okay. At this point, then it's just like a free roll, right? Like you're just hoping they cancel, but you're not going to try to force it onto them.
It's not a free roll, but it's almost a free roll. Because if they catch on to what I'm doing, then they're going to be a little tilted at me.
Well, that's like in femme c'est des folles, and like there's no way that Sadie's not going to side with his family. Like he's going to tell.
Well, he's got a big piece in this project.
I mean,
and especially if we're going to smooth it over with some money,
Well, on top of that, there's no way that even anybody else won't realize that what you're doing. Like the person who bought the unit for really, really cheap. There's no way she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I mean, they're just getting screwed over, so I'm just gonna roll over and not buy the house." Like for sure, they're gonna know what you're doing.
Yeah, but like the other thing is you have to like get all of them to agree, right? That's like the. Yeah. So let's say like 3 of them agree, and one of them gives you a hard time. Oof.
Well, but again, if 3 of them drop out, I still win EV. Because every sale that drops out, I get EV, regardless if I get them all.
Or even John's?
No, even John's. Even if I pay him 20K, I'm going to recoup that with just 1 canceled sale.
Well, is John going to be on board with that?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Hadu told me that John is going to be... He's going to be on board with it to cancel his 2 sales, especially if we tell him we're going to pay him his commission regardless. Because his commission on the sales is 20K. And then Hadut said one of the sales we made on his side, he said the girl is like easygoing. Like he says if we give her deposits back, I think she'll, and we tell her we've been having problems, he thinks she'll go for it.
Okay. Well, I mean, seems like worth a shot in that case. I mean, and how much work do you really have to do? Like
me, I don't have to do. Well, I mean, there's a lot of emotional work, clearly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you could do this and like shoulder any kind of emotional stuff that's gonna go on here, like, and on top of like with Saturday and everything, I think it's a good idea if you're ready for all of that like on an emotional level.
Yeah. Man, it's such a tough spot because, like, let's look at the flip side too, because like the flip side is if I don't do anything, like, I'm still waiting for the city to approve something. I'm still got sales that are undervalued, and basically, like, I'm just waiting. I'm paying interest on both my loans, one to John and one to the bank. So, like, just nothing's happening. The people are going to move in on June 1st and pay me a bit of rent to cover, like, my carrying costs, but, like, that's it. And then I just kind of, like, wait for the city to give me the okay, and then once they can
move in, they can move in without the city giving the numbers?
Wow.
Well, they can move in to rent it. So they'd be renters until they become owners.
Imagine 10 days out. You've been preparing your move for so long. 10 days out, and then you're just like, "Oh, sorry. We have big issues. Good luck."
Well,
Don't
yeah,
buy
that's the thing.
Like, okay, I think that kind of changes things. Like, if they could actually move in, that kind of changes things. Because I was under the impression that they can't live in it and the building's just sitting there, you know? I mean, the fact that they can actually move in and rent.
Yeah, they'll be like, I'll just
in
wait here.
10 days? Yeah, in 10 days, there's yeah, I'll pay you rent, and I'm making 75K off this. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll just
I think
wait it
it's
out.
gonna be a lot harder for you to convince them not to buy at this point if they can move in 10 days.
Well, that's not settled yet, like, because we haven't settled on a rental price.
You just
Yeah.
make the rent price ridiculous.
Well, yeah. I mean, already, like, the cousin's like, no, I'm not gonna rent it for that price. The price we quoted her.
Why?
I guess your heart is more weighted towards canceling the sales, though, for sure, right?
Well, it is, but I mean, it is going to be difficult. There's 3 people who are supposed to move in June 1st. I don't know how they're going to react.
Not well. Not well.
Ils vont être tidés, là.
Oh, so that's literally in 10. Okay, that's what you meant by 10 days.
Yeah.
Yikes. Why? Plus for that.
I think it's a very tough sell for you to get them to not move in 10 days and, not wait it out. But
well, they don't have a legal right. They don't have a legal right. Keep that in mind, that they don't have a legal right to move in. There's no legal document saying they're allowed to move in.
Why, man? It's good.
It's more of a handshake deal.
Ils vont te faire chier, là. Like, tu leur as fait chier, ils vont te faire chier.
Ouais, mais on n'a pas signé de beau, là. I mean, like I said, there's no legal right. Like, we could say, look, there's, we're not agreeing on a rental price, so we're having problems with the city. Can't have you move in if you're not going to agree to pay this rent.
Or is the type of guy to go in for the handshake, then go skip and shows them the middle finger?
No, vraiment pas. It's just like there's a ton of EV on the table.
Yeah.
Why did the banker have to open his mouth, eh?
No, actually, it's my lawyer who really, like, made me realize, like, man, I'm really in a decent spot. Like, I thought I was in a shit spot, guys. Like, clearly, you guys know I told you a few days ago. But my lawyer was like, dude, you're, like, in a good spot. Like, you have a really sick building. Your contractor owes you, you owe your contractor money, and he finished all the work.
Why is that last part a good thing?
The contractor?
Yeah, why is it a good thing that you owe him money?
Well, because normally what would have happened if I didn't have the money is, like, he would have stopped doing the work. And he would have said, look, you're paying me the last bill that you owe me, and then I'll restart doing the work. Yeah. But, like, he just went ahead and was like, okay, I'll do the work and I'll just bill you. But, like, now, like I said, the work is done. So now it's just like, when are you going to pay me, bro?
Yeah.
Like he has no leverage. Like he can't take anything away from me.
Yeah.
Like the building's finished.
Beau vandalisme, like you said. It's just.
Yeah, but that hurts him because like.
Well, why?
Because it takes me that much longer to pay him. I have to fix like vandalism now, so that money has to go there.
You're probably gonna have to pay him to do it.
No, well, at that point, obviously, like
you won't know. You won't know it's him. You just see like, oh, there's damages.
Yeah, I know, but like, if I have to pay, like, if I have to fix a building and use 25K for that, you know, that's 25K that could have been paid to him towards the debt.
Yeah, he could just increase the debt.
Well, how would he increase the debt?
Il brise quelque chose. Oh, by the way, we need to fix this.
Well, then I'd say, but you're not fixing it. Like, we have a legal problem. I would pay someone else to fix it.
Why?
I just find it a lot more complicated now, especially that they can, you're talking about them moving in 10 days. That
yeah, well, I hadn't considered that till I told you that. Now I'm starting to be like, oh man, that's not super good for me.
How does it make sense that they're gonna move in and like there's because you were planning on selling it to them and you were planning on everything going well. But like, what were they gonna pay you for moving in?
Well, a monthly rent.
Okay, but like they agreed to, like, there's how do you not have a price already agreed to?
Well, because we have to figure out like what's the market price for a rent.
Okay, but like they were gonna move in regardless, right? Independently of this whole thing, this whole new situation.
Okay, so they were gonna move in because the sales were supposed to have gone through by now, but the sales have not gone through because the city, has not given us the lot numbers. So these people, they're like, well, we need a place to live. And so we're going to let them move in, but they have to pay rent. Like, we don't have to let them move in. Like I said, there's no legal obligation to let them move in.
Ouais. En tout cas, ouais. Un appel demain matin. Ouais, finalement, t'habites plus ici, là.
Well, like, another way that could go good for us is if we tell them, like, look, man, you guys can't move in, then they might be like, ah, fuck this, là, moi je vais annuler la vente. Je vais aller vivre quelque part d'autre.
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely, but, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the two people who, bought it, I don't know, a year ago, like, their price is good, but it's not that good. Like, it's not like it's an 80K disparity like that one person.
Okay, let's say you tell them, like, oh, ouais, like, on sait pas quand on va avoir des lots. It's like, and they'll be like, okay. Like, what next? Like, what, like...
Well, then nothing. Then we just sell it to them when we get the lot numbers. Like, if I tell them, look, on sait pas c'est quand on va avoir les lots, là, on a des problèmes, they'll just be like, ben écoute, on va attendre que t'ailles les lots, là.
Yeah. So then, yeah. So... But, like, you're gonna get it, like, almost for sure, right?
Yeah, almost for sure.
And, like, within not very long?
No, that's the thing. The real factual answer is I don't know when we're gonna get the lots. Okay. It could be like next week, or it could be in like 5 months.
Yeah. Okay,
realistically, I'm expecting to get them like within 2-3 months.
Yeah. So I guess like it's kind of like a half truth. Like you don't know.
Well,
like you can't...
It is true. I don't know when I'm getting the lot numbers.
I mean, yeah, it's a half truth. It's like, yeah, you don't know the exact second you're gonna get it, but you do know like within a time frame.
Well, okay, yes, but I don't know for sure that I will get the lot numbers either.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
like 90% sure.
90% chance.
Yeah. Well.
But that's what my lawyer told me to do. He said, look, you got to play a bit scummy here. Anyway, he made me realize, man, like, the level of scum, like, in business that people do.
And you're gonna be one of them.
do you want to scum? Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's that kind of. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like you're compromising your integrity here, but like it's gonna make some people unhappy. That's for sure.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of integrity. I mean, on the one hand, dude, like our costs went up. You know, I was supposed to spend 1.4 in coût de construction, and I ended up spending 2.3 million. So, you know, I think it's fair that I be compensated for such a large increase.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, like, you did the numbers. Like, I don't know. It seemed like you could get maybe 200K extra. It's a good number. It's just, it's not like it won't change your life. It's just nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to think that he'll leave this project with some confirmed profit, more than anything, you know.
Well, we don't know that, but yeah.
The thing that I'm most happy about now is, like, I'm not in a shit spot. Like, I've been in a shit spot for 2 years, and I've been hating my life for 2 years. So it's kind of nice to be in the driver's seat for once.
So
like, I'm on the small blind, I've got a value bet hand. Like, it's nice to be in that spot.
Wait, so let's say you get it up to 3.3, but let's say you do nothing. You just, everything proceeds as is. You said it was 3.15?
Well, if everything proceeds as is, I'm going to either break even, so I'm going to get, like, because, like, our estimated cost at the end, everything all in is going to be like 3,083,000. That's like the latest estimate.
So I'll say 3.1. Yeah.
Right, 12 So, like,
you might like get like 80K profit total if you
yeah, like status quo. If we do everything the way we're doing it, and we don't get super lucky on the sales, then we're gonna get like 3.1 or 3.15.
But if you pull this bluff off, you get 3.35.
Yeah, if we pull the bluff off, it's huge.
3.15.
And that's conservative, by the way, 3.35. Like, we can run really good and sell, like, the Cousins unit for, like, 500K and, like, sell the other units, like, way more than what I quoted you.
Okay, well, let's say it's 3.35. That's 200 times 0.67. Well, I see it shrinks your profit down to 134,000. That's like almost like, is it worth it? Plus, I mean, like, it's gonna cost you some lawyer fees in there, right?
It's minimal,
the lawyer
man.
fees were not much.
Yeah, the lawyer fees are minimal.
Plus all the brown envelopes, though, and straining your relationship with Saudi, and straining your relationship with John? No.
Well, John, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, like, barring anything, like, nothing can happen in the next 6 months, and I'm never working with him again.
Well, Saudi might not show up to your wedding. There's that.
Yeah, well, I'm done with him too. So.
Why? Okay, like in that situation, you're only making like 134,000 extra.
Well, that's a lot. 134 for a bluff.
How long does this drag out your? Like, how long is everything dragged out?
Well, it doesn't drag anything out. Like, the bottleneck here is the city, right now.
Well, I mean, you have to find some buyers.
That's gonna take 0.0001 seconds in this market. If I listed my building empty, like 6 units, I would have sales on all of them within 72 hours.
So how come the 2 last units haven't been sold yet?
Well, because we haven't listed them.
Okay.
So, are you gonna
Just
be like?
sorry,
How about-
let me cut you off really quick, Shelly. Just
Yeah, go
just
on.
to tell you, like when Hadut was listing John's units 2 years ago, he was getting lineups of 25 people, and he had to refuse people like to visit because they wanted to come visit the units. He's like, "Look, I have like 8 offers, and I'm booked all day. Like I have to turn you away. I'll let you give me your phone number. If nobody wants it, I'll call you."
Kim,
And that was 2 years ago. Now the market is even worse.
Kim, like, is there any like what? Is there any equity in just like listing them just to see like what the market's willing to offer? Would you like
Well,
us to
yeah,
help with her?
That's what's going to happen status quo wise. If I don't do anything, when the city gives us the lot numbers, we're going to list the units and then see what we get for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh.
like, yeah, if there's like 25 buyers lining up, I mean, kind of seems like you're gonna probably run better than you think.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because like John is like really like liberal with his price targets, and Hadut is like pretty conservative with his price targets. So it's hard for me to say. Like I'm not a market expert.
What were you gonna say, Shelly?
So there is a chance that Worm cancels all his sales. Says, guys, we have a problem with the city, blah blah blah, and then a week later they see the same property for sale.
Woof. But can they do anything in that case?
Well, no, not if they sign like an agreement saying we're canceling the sale.
Yeah.
Because
But
that's what
obviously, like it's not like if I cancel the sales and then like a week later the city comes back, we're gonna wait. Like I don't think it would be wise to list it right away. We'd probably wait a bit.
But the main gain would come from Sadie's cousin because she has the biggest unit.
Well, estimated gain. She doesn't have the biggest unit. She just has the unit that was like is the most undervalued right now.
Yeah.
C'est tough en tabarnak, là, gros. Like there's that. Imagine being a CEO and you have to think about like 100 times more things than what we're thinking about now.
Imagine being a CEO and just having to think about firing people. Just that. Yeah, gotta lay off 1,000 employees. Who do we pick? Good luck.
Well, Charlie Munger did say, like, you know, good spots don't come often. So when they do, bet big.
Yeah, I know exactly.
If you're in a
Gotta
good
be
spot-
aggressive.
Yeah, if you're in a good spot, like, I mean. Yeah, I mean, even like the worst case scenario, it's like, you know, 100. You go through all that for like 134K. It's not that bad. It's not super worth it, but it's not that bad. But then
Yeah,
the
but
upside-
I can run good too
Yeah,
and go through it and like I said, make 500K.
well, not 500K.
Well, I'm talking like
Total,
globally.
total. Yeah, total.
Yeah,
Not in his
I'm
pocket.
talking. I'm saying in terms of you, like, cause we're talking about you.
Okay, then what? Like 300, 400k.
Well, 300K is a lot better than 134K.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some upside. I mean, there's definitely like some decent upside.
Yeah.
I guess it is like, is it a free roll to try and cancel the sales? That's question number one.
Well, there's a lawyer
think
thing.
so.
You think so, right? Your lawyer thinks so.
My lawyer told me, like, you know, he said you can try and do it.
Yeah. Lawyers aren't really businessmen, right?
This specific lawyer is, though.
Okay.
He's got a ton of business experience. Dude, he was telling me things like people like that's what I was saying, like what I'm doing is not even close to like scummy, like DEFCON 5 scum. Like if I was like DEFCON 5 level scum, like I would be like showing up in like fucking clothes with holes in them, telling the people that I sold the buildings to, like just lying through my teeth, like, oh, la ville a dit non, La ville veut pas nous donner les lots, j'ai plus d'argent, je peux pas finir le projet, je peux pas vous donner vos unités.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, like, it's a lie. I mean, it is. It's not a lie, but it is a lie. It's a white lie, or whatever you want to call it. But whatever. I mean, we're talking about 300K here. It's business.
Well, yeah, look, man, I'm not too caught up in the morality of it right now. I mean, I'm not stealing something. I'm
No,
not stealing
obviously,
someone's home.
I'm not really concerned about the morality either.
But it's not. It's not even a question of morality. Like I had agreements to sell them 3 years ago, like with one specific person, and now my costs have exploded. Like, am I supposed to not advocate for myself and make a profit?
No, you have a duty to yourself and to your shareholders to make as much money as possible.
I do have a fiduciary duty. Am I just supposed to lay down and be like, well, it's okay, we'll break even, and Saudi and Haru did some work, but they won't get paid. They'll learn to live with it. Am I supposed to just lay down and do that?
No. As Milton Friedman said, like, your social responsibility is to make as much money as possible. That is.
Yeah, well, yeah. I agree with that. Oh man, such a tough spot.
I don't think it's that tough. I mean, I don't really see much downside.
Well, yeah, you say that, but Shelly seems to be leaning towards just like let it go. Like
no, but I mean, there was, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you were stressed out of your mind, but like I think this is kind of different. It's not the same thing as like they're always asking you for more money.
Yeah.
You have no idea when it's gonna end. No idea how much more you're gonna ask. Like this is just like you're selling. Like you're in the good part. You're in the good part of the.
Yeah, it was brutal. Like the last 2 years, just complete like ass rape for the last 2 years.
I mean, all things considered, I do think it's kind of like a free roll to try to get them to sell, and you're not too rich for 300K.
Kind of is.
Well, yeah.
So I am on the side that you should try to, like, the more I think about it, maybe you should try to cancel the sales. I was just saying it more in terms of, are you able to handle the extra? Like.
Well, I mean, it's not me who's going to be talking to the buyers. It's going to be Haru for 2 of them and John for 2 of them.
And you also gotta, make sure that they're on board, right? And do a good job.
Yeah, well, Harut's on board. I spoke to him today.
Of course.
It's more Saudi who's not on board.
Why isn't he on board?
But I'm going to talk to him.
Why, like?
Because it's family member.
Yeah, but he still gets a piece, right, of the sales.
Yeah, he gets 1/6 of all our profit, so he's definitely incentivized.
Yeah, so why wouldn't he be for that? I don't get it.
Well, he doesn't care about the other 3 sales. He just cares about his cousin.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still a win. It's still a win. It's still a win if you cancel the 3 others, right?
His cousin still got the best deal, though, right?
Yeah, she does.
Exactly. That's probably why. He's like, yeah, my cousin got a steal. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she has a steal now. She didn't back then, but now she is a steal.
Yeah. Exactly. There's no way he's gonna want to scum over his cousin.
Well, I'm going to talk to him about. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. But he doesn't have the final say. I have the final say.
Right, and then when the whole conversation is you're going to be trying to convince him to tell her to cancel the sale, and you're going to try to do it, and she's not going to bite because she's going to know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a little more subtle than that.
Right. You got to make sure you have Saudi on board. Whether, like, that's kind of more important than, you having the final say. He has to be on board if you want it to be successful.
Yeah, he does. Because if he's not, he's just going to reveal our hand.
Exactly. And it's GG for you.
Well, GG on that sale, yeah. But like I said, if the other 3 sales drop out, it's still good.
But you're also implying that the other 3 will drop out, which you're not sure of at all.
Well, Haru told me that they're likely to drop out.
That'd be nice. I mean, yeah. Like, yeah, it was in the last year, right? And everything exploded in the last year. So,
In the last 15 months, like things really exploded.
yeah, I just wonder if they'll go for it. I mean,
Well, it's something we're gonna discuss tomorrow. Oof, shit. But like I said, I can try and cancel them, and if they say no, then that's it. They say no, and
Yeah, I mean, at
Status
this point,
quo.
it sounds like a free roll, and you might as well, you know.
well, not that they say no. They can just say like, we're just gonna hold and wait.
Which honestly, considering when you mentioned that they might be moving in, I think is what probably will happen. But I mean, it's free roll. By all means, go for it.
Yeah.
yeah, the moving in part should be but yeah.
Well, yeah. The way to counteract that is to tell them, look, you can't move in.
Why? That sours your relationship.
Well, that's good. It's good in a way because then they might be like, ben là, tu me laisses pas déménager, on va-tu être capable d'acheter?
Je sais
And
pas.
they'll be like, ben écoute, je sais pas. Je sais pas.
Nobody knows anything.
Nobody knows.
Well, Worm, I like your spot a lot better than when you were talking about selling your house.
Yeah, I like it too.
I'm really happy to hear some good news. Just the boys thriving.
Except Adrian.
What's up?
Except Adrian.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
thriving.
Boy.
Adrian got wrecked. Okay, let's
Huddle
go see.
boys.
Adrian has 20 coins.
Something
Event
like that.
4 mil.
21, 23, something like that.
21 times 23k. 483,000 US evaporated.
In like 24 hours.
He could have
over a month.
He could have taken that and just bought the house that I told him to buy.
Yep. You know, Worm, for 2 months we've been telling him to buy a house on top of it. He asked me a long time ago, and I'm like, I don't know about you, but I'd consider selling some and buying a house. And he said, nah, bro, diamond hands, bro.
I mean, it's such a stupid, like,
self-congratulatory, self-delusional kind of thing. Diamond hand. I got diamond hands.
it's so stupid because like you're always gonna need a house. Like you're always gonna need a place to live. So why not trade like digital coins to buy a house?
Because it's going to the moon.
Yeah, I that's what I told him. In the end, I left it that way. I said, look, man, if you really think it's gonna go to the moon, just hold your coins and whatever. But I said, if you're wrong, you're gonna hate yourself.
Yeah.
You wanted to hear the first thing you said, though. That's for sure.
What's the first thing I said?
If you think it's gonna go up, then hold.
Yeah, just hold.
Yeah, I told him that, but I mean, I said, it's so easy to be wrong. It could just go back to 12k and it just stays there for the next 25 years. Like I remember when I had 13 coins at like 21k, like way back in the day, and then when it nuked down to like, I don't know, it was 8k, I was like on tilt. I was like, oh man, this thing's never going anywhere again. Like I should have just, taken the money and run.
Yeah. And yeah, when it was at 3.5k, and like it was like there's like zero momentum, zero excitement for Bitcoin, just going down month after month.
Yeah, forever. It moved sideways. Let's go see for how long. Oh yeah, it was, dude. Stat 3000 for, essentially 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it went to 12k, and then it moved sideways for how long?
For a while.
June
I went up to like
till
18k and
it moved sideways for 15 months.
yeah.
It was hovering around like 8 and 12k.
Yeah, like I always had to feel like it's gonna go down like at any point now. There's no hype, no excitement, nobody's talking about it. Like,
Yeah, and you were wrong. It just
yeah, of course.
went snap to 60K. I mean, that's pretty meteoric, though. I mean, it was at 10K on October 8th, 2020.
Yeah.
And then it just fucking mooned by January 7th, it was $37,000.
Well, you know, Adrian might be
Triple.
laughing when it hits 100K end of the year.
Yeah.
I know, but that's just focusing on one side. It can go to like 5K and you'll be like, what did I do, man?
Yeah, c'est très possible.
J'avais 1,2 million. Like, he could have just sold half, take half off the table, buy a house, and then just ride the other half. That's what I told him to do. Just hold that forever, the other half.
Yeah, I don't know why like there's so much belief in Bitcoin supremacy. Why? Like if there's like so many coins that are just technically superior.
Yeah, well, I've been thinking that recently. Like, Ethereum is kind of scary. Binance is pretty scary. Even Doggy
Solana,
Coin.
you see Solana, the specs, like everything looks freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a way better coin. I don't see.
Well, what are the specs? Where did you read about it?
You just go on the site
Hasn't-
for Solana.
Hasn't AWS been pumping Solana for a while?
Yeah, but what does it do?
It's a competitor to Ethereum. Okay, well I can just read it. I don't remember off the top of my head. But let's see.
Well, I'm on the site. Fast, secure, and censorship-resistant blockchain.
Say goodbye to high fees and slow confirmation. Solana is built for speed without trade-offs. Scalable, low cost, composable. Let's see.
It does look pretty good, though. I mean, I think it's retarded how long it takes to confirm Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 10 minutes.
Like, it's clearly not meant for like transactions. That's not what Bitcoin's for.
Yeah, well then like, and like the big
Doesn't have to hold.
the big utility of evading taxes, that's out the window.
Yeah, that's out the
Yep.
window too.
Hold on, somebody wrote me like a reason why he thinks Bitcoin is gonna go to zero within 5 years. It's probably deleted by now.
So I just punted 20K, 25K.
Yeah, it's deleted.
I think you're safe for now, Shelly. I mean, Bitcoin's not going anywhere soon.
I don't know, like one tweet from one guy just made it collapse like that. Some sort
That
of
same guy made it skyrocket. So
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe Elon loaded the boat at 30K now.
Yep.
Nobody knows.
I don't know, man. Like the whole store of value thing. Yikes. Or a tweet because I collapsed. Like I'm just echoing Romas, but like I thought the same thing.
Yeah, well, I think one thing is clear, like Bitcoin has a lot of vulnerabilities.
Yeah, but like, is it really like the future? I mean, there's like so many better alternatives. So like, why
Yeah,
would
there's
that-
better coins. I think that's an underrated threat. There's better coins now. But like, when I
Sorry,
look at
go on.
Ethereum, what does it do? Like, I don't know what Ethereum does.
Well, it has a smart contract thing, which can settle like you can like decentralized contracts.
I know, but how do I do that? How do I use Ethereum to make a decentralized contract?
Well, like there's like a programming language, but I mean like that'd probably be really useful for like institutional people who do like huge trades, huge deals, and you know they want to hold the other party accountable. Or just automating a billion things, you know. Bitcoin can't do any of that, as far as I know.
No, it can't.
Like we write a contract, like, oh, you know, if Penguins win the Stanley Cup, you owe me 1 Ethereum.
So that's how it works for Ethereum, like the smart contracts.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked deeply into it, but yeah, that's it's just a decentralized way of keeping, you know, holding parties to contracts.
I'm bullish big time on Binance.
Why?
Well, okay, number one. Well, okay, yeah, number one. It's the biggest exchange, and like their currency is like used to change, like switch between. Like if I want Ethereum, I can switch my Ethereum to Binance and then buy Bitcoin with it. So it's like used regularly. And number two, like they retire the coins, like they burn them, so the supply keeps going down.
Meh.
Much bullish on SC là-dessus. Binance is my best performing asset of all time. By far. Like it's not even close.
Could have said that about Doge. I mean,
Doggy. Why do people say Doge?
I mean, you know, I would have had to buy Doge.
Doggy.
Yeah, I say doggy too. I would have had to buy that like 5 years ago for it to outperform my Binance.
wow.
And overall.
Well, no. I mean, wasn't it under a cent not too long ago? Well, like in January? If you bought it for under a cent, you would be outperforming your Binance at $8, I think.
Not even.
Sick.
Like right now, after BNB nuked, I've still 41x'd my money.
Next time I have 5K to throw around, I guess. We'll throw it into Binance.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like with the whole tax situation, I feel like I just want to buy stocks from now on.
Well, I think it would be a blunder to not throw some money in some coins.
Yeah, I mean, I already have an
That's
allocation.
what Chico's for.
But I don't think I would buy Bitcoin. Like I think you guys are making good arguments to like. I would maybe buy, like I said, I would buy some Binance, have some exposure there. I don't know anything about Solana, but I'm probably gonna buy some Solana so I don't miss out.
Altcoin
Like
season.
good quality altcoins.
You're gonna buy Cardano or whatever?
No, don't know anything about Cardano. I would
I don't know
buy.
anything about Solana either.
Well, I'd research it. Like when I bought my 5K of Binance, I'd researched it, like back in the day, and I was like, wow, this coin is underrated. So okay, I would look at Solana. I would look at what's the other one? Matic.
Matic.
And I'm gonna buy FTX too. Oh my god, it's on sale too. Tilt.
FTX has its
Oh,
own
yeah.
coin.
Yeah,
I was hearing about FTX.
they're
Jason's saying.
basically a Binance. If you want to invest, like it's still early to buy the FTX.
And
I think Jason was saying it was a good buy or something like that.
I think Mike McDonald said like that the guy who owns FTX is gonna be the richest guy in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to buy some FTX. And it just nuked, so
Okay, so it's like a Binance, and it's just like a currency of the exchange.
yeah, it's the same thing as Binance. It's just that Binance is like the biggest exchange, and I think FTX is on its way to being number 2 or number 1.
But like, if it's used as an actual currency, like, why would it move?
Well, because okay, so yeah, sorry, I was mistaken. Binance buys back its coins, FTX burns their coins.
Yeah, but like, why would it moon? Like, it's used as an actual currency.
Well, okay, I know, but if there's less and less, if they're instead of printing more tokens, they're burning them, they gain value.
Thank you, whoever subbed. Is that you, Shelly?
Sorry?
Somebody subbed. I have no idea who.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know, like, why would that rise relative to USD? That's just what I'm.
Because, oh my god, USD, anything fiat is like the worst investment ever. They're printing it like every day.
Yeah.
Why would you want to hold USD?
Well, I mean, yeah. It's kind of simplistic to say like, oh, they're just like printing it, but yeah.
Well, they are. They're increasing the supply of USD.
Yeah. What they're mostly doing is they're buying bonds. But yeah.
So is it dumb to be holding 50k in cash?
For sure.
Says
Yeah.
Mr. I have 55k in cash right now.
But like, you know, I have no choice. But just like, why would it rise relative to the USD like outside of inflation? Like you said, okay, like they're burning money. Like, okay, outside of that, is like anything besides inflation and
Well, okay, it's like, I don't know, the 10th biggest exchange now. Imagine when it becomes number one, how many people are going to need FTX token to trade?
yeah, but it's like it's functionally the same as the US dollar. Because like you're using it to buy other currencies.
Yes.
Okay, so like, I don't
Okay,
see why.
functionally the US dollar with a limit, I guess.
I just don't see like why it would increase like outside of like if it's being used like the USD. Like the only thing that changes its price is like the the
No, but
inherent
the
inflation.
demand for it,
Huh?
the demand for it's going to go up. That's what I'm saying.
Why? Yeah, I don't see why.
I mean, why? Because it's going to become the biggest exchange in the world.
No, but I know, but it's just used as a currency. It's not used like as a store of value or anything.
Like a big. I mean, it's the same thing as my Binance purchase I made 4
yeah,
years ago. If
it
you
would
want
be
to
a
do
store
it,
of
do
value.
it. I'm telling you, it like I'm seeing the same conditions now that I saw 4 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
think
don't know. Maybe
Adrian's thinking the same thing.
maybe just the market is just freaking irrational. I just don't understand why it would go up.
Well, maybe you're wrong, and maybe it's because you can't understand why.
How can I be wrong? I'm asking why would it go up? I don't see why.
Well, I've told you, and you just say no, no, no. But I've told you, and I know my arguments are valid. You just like you don't want to agree to them.
So okay, like just because supply is lowering, it doesn't mean the price is gonna go up.
Okay, Chris, what happens when demand rises and supply lowers? What happens to price?
Yeah, like, that's a rhetorical question. I'm saying,
Well, tell me what happens. Where does the equilibrium price go when the demand curve shifts to the left and the supply curve shifts to the right?
so I mean, like less supply and more demand. Yeah, price goes up.
Okay. So where do you disagree with that?
Yeah, like the demand part.
Okay, so you disagree with the assumption that demand is going to go up.
Because like demand is kind of a loaded term here. Like just because more people are using it doesn't mean demand is going up.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, Chris, if I have 10
demand means how much
tokens,
do I want this thing? Just because like a million people are using it doesn't mean they want it. They could just be using it because of its a utility.
no, but they need it.
Yeah.
You need it to use FTX. They pay rewards in it. You need it to convert between currencies. Forget about the demand part anyway. Okay, let's start with the supply part. If there's, 100 FTX tokens that everyone is using interchangeably, and I burn 20 of them, obviously the price is going to rise.
Yes.
Because now there's only 80 left.
Yeah.
Okay, now imagine instead of, 1,000 people could vying for that 80, now there's 10,000. Price is going to go up again, which is exactly what happened in Binance.
I mean, like I'm making the assumption that it's being used as a currency. Like if it's being used as a
look at
currency,
it.
then like none of that matters.
Hey,
Like if,
I mean,
if people are like holding it like as a store of value, then yeah, like that argument makes sense.
I know, but you can trade it for USD, so it gains relative to USD.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's the argument I'm making.
Okay, well, we just forget. I'm saying like obviously it's gonna raise relative to USD. Like why would it raise relative to anything else? Like let's say to crypto, why would it raise relative to Bitcoin?
Oh, that's a completely different argument.
That's
Because now we have to discuss. Well, I mean, I didn't know that's what you were asking the whole time. I mean, that's way more complex because you have to figure out where Bitcoin is going and where FTX is going. Like, if you think Bitcoin's going to fall off the face of the earth, then you should be selling your Bitcoin and buying FTX.
Yeah.
Well, would FTX be gaining value if Bitcoin's dropping in value?
Well, that's
it's always relative. Like the question doesn't make sense. Relative to what? Anyways, what were we gonna say?
I think if Bitcoin goes to zero, like anytime soon, it would be really bad for the market as a whole.
Oh, for sure. Like people would stop caring about crypto.
Yeah, it needs to go away like slower than like it needs to take a few years for it to go away, for it to not affect everything else.
Yeah, Adrian needs to see his money disappear in 10 years, not 1.
Man, like everything's so fast. Like Bitcoin could be done like within a year, and then like everybody moves on to like Ethereum.
Yeah, it could be. I think a year is like the minimum amount of time.
See,
You think Adrian is on suicide watch if Bitcoin hits 5k and Ethereum hits 20k?
It's just more good how fast everything is. Like everybody's playing with leverage. It's like who knows
There's
how
a
much
lot of money to be made.
Yeah, like who knows how much right now Bitcoin's value is all because of leverage. Well, and if you can, like according to the Wall Street Journal, like institutional investors say it's like a drop in the bucket.
A drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Everyone is leveraged, dude. I just saw it firsthand from Anthony's cousin. All of his trades, like, I think he was like bullish on Ethereum, and like every time he'd put in like an order, it would be like 5 times leveraged.
Really?
8, yeah, like every single time. But like obviously he would do like 1 to 2 day orders or something like that, but they were all leveraged. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, God, so many details.
You do your thing.
Yeah.
You do your thing.
Well, I guess people are like, oh, I'm 20x leverage on my house, so like, why not?
Yeah, I just saw that and I'm like, okay, that seems like.
You know how much he was like? How much he was?
Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. It was like in the hundreds.
Yeah, maybe let's see. Okay, or 5x leverage that adds up really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm guessing he got destroyed then this morning.
No, sure. I think well, like I said, they were all like 1 to 2 day trades, but luckily for him, he wasn't trading in the last week because he went to Lebanon. So
lucky him.
Yeah, for him, 6 sec out. I think as of right now, he's chilling and he's in the green. But
well,
it's so degen.
I think there's a lot of money to be made if you're sharp, like in crypto. I think it's a sharp take to think that Bitcoin is waning.
Well, everyone says that these days. Well, you know, I'd like to think that a lot of people are thinking that Bitcoin's gonna die, but at the same time, what's his name again? Mike McDonald sold all of his Ethereum and just said, "I'm out," and he just bought all Bitcoin again. So.
Yeah, well, what's his argument?
I don't read it. Anthony was telling me about it, but I mean, if there's still smart money that's bullish on Bitcoin, I mean, it's hard to assume that it's gonna die, you know, straight up. I mean, just because you're seeing a tank right now.
It's like if I were a criminal, like I'd go for something that Biden's not after yet. You know? Like I don't know, like does he? They're not gonna ask. Oh, did you buy Solana? Did you make any capital gains?
Okay,
on
but at the
Solana?
same time, how many people are you gonna see you're gonna talk to? Like you guys said, institutions are like a drop in the bucket, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of the regular people who are buying these stuff, right? So how many people are gonna ask you about Solana or Cardano or Binance? You know, like they're not gonna know. They're just gonna know about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin still has all the hype. It's like it's all the nerds like us who are gonna know about all the altcoins still. You know, once your mom starts talking to you about Ripple, then you'll know that Bitcoin's dead. But nobody knows what Ripple is.
Well, because like the thing is, all it takes is an influencer. So that we're seeing, like, if Elon Musk just says like, "Oh, that
Yeah.
Dogecoin," then like Dog, you know.
Okay, all the influencers were on Dogecoin, but Dogecoin's dying. You know, so
Yeah, so all it takes is a few influencers saying like, "Yeah, Solana is the best." Like, everybody get on that. Okay, 10x leverage, boom.
Okay.
yeah. But I'm saying that's not gonna kill Bitcoin. You know,
Yeah, I think it
that's
would.
not enough to just kill Bitcoin.
All it takes is like a YouTuber be like, "Yeah, this is why Bitcoin's dead and why Solana's the future."
No, it takes a lot of influencers. It doesn't take, you know, a few people. Like Dogecoin's dead already, right? If that were true, Dogecoin would still be thriving.
Whoa,
And
I don't know.
I
if
guess it's
Elon's
not
pumping
dead
it.
dead.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. I mean, like I'm seeing
Elon
a lot
is
of,
pumping Doge.
I'm
And
just-
Doggy.
look, like just on a fundamental level, like Bitcoin's just an inferior product. Why,
Oh, yeah, for
why,
sure.
why wouldn't something just replace it?
Well, you know, Worm did give me the argument a long time ago when I was asking him about buying Ethereum over Bitcoin. Bitcoin has all the hype around it, right? And I don't understand why that's changed.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like everything just moves in lockstep for now. Like, so
There's seasons of like alt season and Bitcoin season, and
Yeah.
we were in alt season. Now
Yep.
like everything got nuked. So theoretically, like, you know, things should be moving sideways or down for a little while now.
And I can't believe I got in an all-time high.
I'm
I just
fucking
got
happy I didn't
destroyed,
touch.
boys.
Like right now is the time I think to buy.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks for
when
telling
people
me 3 months later, Worm.
Well, you gotta buy it when
but you got in
But
like
you
at
didn't
different
know.
times, right? Chili, like just whenever you withdrew from Chico. So it's like you got in like
Yeah.
at 1.8k
Or-
Ethereum.
and you had no
Okay.
exposure, so you needed some exposure.
My Ethereum's still doing well. My Bitcoin is like getting owned.
Yeah.
Like I'm still up on Ethereum.
Yeah,
But-
but you needed a position in
Yeah.
them because you didn't have any.
Like my Bitcoin, I think I bought like some at 60, some at 55, some at 62. You know, just like all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Like, it could nuke tomorrow. It could double up tomorrow. It could be 80k
Yeah.
next week. Like, it's so ridiculous, this thing. Imagine all,
They would-
I mean,
all the degens, they just decide to double down. It's like 80k.
What?
Imagine all the degens, they decide to double down. Like, they got crushed, but they're like, we're gonna double down. And then
Yep.
It's 80k.
Hej,
I mean,
Shinbo, Kidders are count på det.
Softwood. Good softwood. We could be at Pulu right now.
we could.
Oh, we
could
gotta
be
do
doing
that 'cause
that in a month. Just
Well-
turn up the polo and talk all night.
in June. We gotta do that
Yeah, in a month.
when the
Literally, you know?
curfew's lifted.
And restaurants are open. Don't forget that.
That's in 2 weeks, right?
It's in,
the 14th. The 14th.
No, les terrasses, aren't they open
That's
the
it.
28th?
The event shit, yeah, pretty sure.
Sure.
Yeah, guaranteed 28.
That's our day.
I guess I should get going.
You should not.
Questi.
Because nobody ever goes in Discord anymore. You're all like too cool. Too cool for Discord.
We're all,
too
like,
cool
cool.
for games. Yeah.
Dude, I've been wanting. I mean, Matt has asked me to play Han, and like nobody ever wants to. So
Yeah, I just game alone.
Chris is down.
I'm gaming right now. I'm the only one who still games at this friggin'.
Yeah, so why don't we play Han again?
Yeah, probably a good idea. I mean, I'm playing Smash. I'm like, it's hurting my hands.
Yeah, I thought you were taking a break from Smash because of that.
I'm like not like my finger. I'm just like keeping it on the side, not using it all,
That don't match.
which lowers my skill by a lot. But you can still dumpster kids.
So let's play Han.
Yeah,
I'll
sounds
tell
fun.
Matt. He'll be fucking excited.
Yeah, but is he awake at this time?
Well,
Well, obviously
that's
we're meant another time.
yeah, not now. I mean, but that's
Okay,
the issue.
I'm saying like is
Conflicting
he awake
schedules too.
Yeah, it's like nobody's awake at late at night. Would be
Why, but,
Much kúška mi nikde.
Like the problem is that when Worm ends his shift, Chris starts his shift,
Yeah.
and that's when Lat would want to be playing Han. So
Yeah, Matt wants to play like right around when Chris starts.
Ouais. Ça le problème, yeah.
or you could just
How do we used
extend, start your session 3 hours late.
How did we used to play all the time? Like, what was our schedules?
You just not play. Like you
Yeah,
play
and
later.
the last round of Han, like you would just delay your session start.
Sometimes you just wouldn't play at all because you're just like, yeah, I'm too busy playing on.
Oh, but
And you-
back then we had like everybody in the 50Q. Is that it?
No, that was
No.
not that long ago.
I
It
forgot.
would just
when.
be me. I'd be alone. I'd do like a 10-hour or something, and you just
Oh.
play Han. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of which, do you think you'd manage to get Guillaume Goyer to play Han with you?
Oof, that's a good question. Probably, but like I don't know. I think he's done with us.
Would Guillaume Goyer even show up to Matt Lat's pool party?
Good question. Worm probably knows better, but I don't know. I don't think so. We're gonna be talking about almost
No,
inevitably.
I think he's done.
So Guillaume dislikes us as people, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't say he dislikes us, but like we're inevitably gonna be talking about vices in his world. And doesn't he think we're scummy because of the cartel thing? I think he thinks.
So that's the whole reason why he doesn't talk to us anymore? Because of the cartel thing?
Well, I'm sure he resents that a bit, but I don't think that's the main reason. Main
No,
reason
I
is
don't think it's that.
Do you know him?
The main reason is because he's done with poker. He doesn't want to be like influenced or like fall back.
He doesn't want to be around that. That's the main reason.
Like hearing people like, "Oh, you made like 30K this month." Like was like in his mind, he's like, "Man, that could have been me."
I mean, it's hard to go through that.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like hearing other people make a lot of money, or?
Yeah.
Well, when Matt quit, like way back in the day, like he was telling me, like, man, dude, it's hard, man. I have to go back to work, and like my friends are like, yeah, I made like 40K this month. I ran really good. Like that's hard for someone who's working, $15 an hour, and you hate what you do.
For sure.
Like,
do you want to be around people like that?
That's reasonable. I mean, what was the reason that he quit poker entirely? He passed his investigation and he was doing pretty well.
Well, I mean, the official reason he told me is because like he was like tilting a lot, and his roommate was sick of it, and he said like, "Yeah, I'm gonna quit because like I can't. I'm affecting other people." But, like,
I mean, that's probably a half of the truth.
yeah, it's like
I don't believe it all.
Yeah, me neither. That's like a white lie. Not even a white lie, but like a half truth. It's like it's true, but it's not the real truth, the whole truth.
Right.
Kind of like when Worm
I
says,
just...
yeah.
Go on.
Kind of like when Worm says, like, yeah, I don't know when we gotta get this done. It's true,
Yeah.
but
I don't know, I just find it so weird that it's just a guy we talk to every day and he just ghosts us suddenly.
yeah, but that's like.
Yeah, but it's not the first time. It's like the third time.
Right. I mean, I guess I haven't been exposed to it as much, so you guys are more familiar with how it goes down. I just,
Well, every time he quits poker, this is the routine.
until he's back into poker again, or?
Well, I think he's done though. This was the final time.
Oh.
Cause like he didn't really want to go back in the first place. Like he called me and he was like, "This is like one of the biggest decisions I have to make in my life." Cause he's like, I always preach about how I'm like authentic and I always tell the truth and all that. And like now I'm being like hypocritical by playing poker because I think it's like, it's poisonous to me and to everybody else and to society and all that. But now here I am playing it because I need money. So like he was having like a big existential crisis about it.
Do you agree with him?
It's easy to be. It's fucking easy to be moral when like you have money. Like when you don't have that luxury, like you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Like he's compromising his morals for money, and he hates it.
Fool. What are you gonna starve? I'm moral, but I'm gonna starve.
Well, there is a verse about this.
You tell.
For what shall it profit a man if he were to gain the whole world but lose his own soul?
Yeah, but that's about over-the-top greed. Like, you're supposed to gain the world, but you're not gaining the world when you're just paying for your rent and buying some food.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything immoral about playing poker, so there's that. It's just he made up that it was immoral.
Oh.
Do you guys know what Guillaume does for an income right now? Especially with bars
Shelly,
closed.
we're on the same level as you, man.
Right.
We haven't spoken
Okay.
to him.
Sorry. Cause like, is playing poker better than having your parents pay for everything? Like,
No, it's not his parents.
But I mean, he made a little bit of money playing poker. Like he can stretch that out. Guillaume's,
what, you think you can stretch out like
I don't know, 10K?
8K
For a
for 6 months?
Guillaume can definitely live on noodles for a while.
Definitely.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, you still need an income. You still need to survive, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like probably like a slam, a little bit of that. He was making some money from gigs.
He probably
Yeah.
works a little bit. Yeah, who knows, man? There's a million things you can do.
bars closed. Yeah, let me go do some slam poetry on Zoom and have them pay me.
He can do translations. He can do. There's a bunch of things. He teaches tennis, man. He can do a bunch of things.
Writing his book.
He's probably grinding.
Grinding poker?
No, just grinding
something
something else.
Yeah, I don't know. He's like, you remember, like, well, I don't know if he was telling you, but he told me like he can't hold a job. Like, ça l'angoisse trop.
Yeah, he told. I don't know if he told me that. I think maybe he told Matt that. I'm not sure, but I don't think he's working like regular. He can't do it.
Yeah. Needs to see a psychiatrist because, like, I don't know, how did Chrissy put it? The regularity of life or something. Like, too much. How does Chrissy
So
put
he
it?
really does need poker.
Or how does Chrissy put it again? Like when he's talking
It's
to
like the
Tony
fucking regularity of life or something.
Yeah. It's like, I can't, that's too much. Yeah.
You know what? Like, even despite poker, I think, like, in some ways, Guillaume would just still be like basically in the same spot he is now.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even know what spot he's in right now, so.
No, but just unable to work. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it made it worse. Maybe poker made that worse, but I don't think he's cut out to work like a 9 to 5.
Definitely got a lot of mental health issues. I mean, he needs a psychiatrist. Like, needs it. Cannot function without it.
I don't know how one meeting a week like keeps you sane with a psychiatrist.
No, well, yeah. You definitely do a lot of mental homework, I guess, right? To survive? I don't know.
Sure, but
Well,
I mean, ça me dépasse.
Yeah, like, il faut qu'il se vante. Like, you know, sometimes when I talk to him, it's kind of like a therapy session for him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, Yeah.
especially you. Like you hear everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like, how did he put it? I don't know. Like, it just gives him a lot of relief to like tell somebody what's on his mind and
Yeah.
like help them analyze his problems. But like, you know, before this whole poker thing, he was like always telling me like this is the happiest he's been in his life. You know,
Which is super confusing to me as well. He's
Or
you
which
know he's
poker
telling
thing?
well before he quit
Oh.
poker, like he was telling
Yeah.
me like, yeah,
Oh, when he was playing poker, that was the happiest time in his life.
before he got investigated.
remember like when we were playing Han, he was always saying like, yeah, like this is the happiest I've been in a very long time. And like he's like always happy.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I guess he told you that in PM.
I don't think so, but like yeah, he was
I'm
just.
pretty sure he mentioned that when we were,
Yeah, when we were
at
playing.
Lat's place. No, at Lat's place.
I mean, yeah. Anyways, yeah, just
Same
like
thing. Whatever.
Well, maybe it's just because, you know, he was upswinging. He got to play Han every day. I mean, that's pretty sick combo.
it is.
Like you just like making money, then you log off to play games with your friends. You know, you eat and you sleep. I mean, that's killer. Pretty killer combo.
Yeah,
And then
I think he's just manic depressive.
he's bipolar.
He is. Is that confirmed? I don't even know. But it
Well,
seems
dude,
like
I mean, I know Guillaume. I've known him for a long time now. Like, he's a very clear example of a bipolar person.
yeah, quand ça va bien, ça va super bien. Quand ça va mal, ça va super mal.
Yeah, that's the definition. Like, when a bipolar person is happy, you can't meet a happier person. Like, they're just 11 on a scale of 10.
So like, is it on like scales like 6 months? Like 6 months of bliss and then like 6 months of depression? Like how? What kind of scale? Like
Winter
I think
comes.
it's cyclical, but I think it's like that, but like maybe 3-4 months.
yeah,
Because like then when he would go on his downswing, it was like brutal. It was completely a brutal downswing, and I don't mean poker, like the emotion.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably
like,
both.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if I message him right now, he'd be like tilted because like we didn't reach out. Like yeah, tu m'as pas parlé pendant. I don't know, how long has it been? How long has it been? Like more than a year?
He'd be
More
upset.
than-
Yeah, I think it might be possible. He'd be like, vous m'avez ignoré pendant un an.
Actually, about a year.
Yeah.
About a year. Yeah.
Vous s'en foutez de moi. I feel like that's a possible response he might give me if I say.
Well, I don't know. We spam added him, so I don't know if that's worth anything.
Spam at him.
Like adding him on Skype.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It's probably not worth much to Guillaume. Yeah, I guess.
I guess I could say hi. I mean, like he's invited to a pool party. What, he's gonna ignore that? I know he's on Facebook regularly.
He definitely saw it.
He did? Like you saw the thing?
Seen by Guillaume at Wednesday, 8:47.
Yeah, I always see him online on Facebook. So
Think he shows up and asks you for a lift?
possibly, yeah, probably. More likely, I think he's gonna ignore it. I don't know. Who knows? Or it could just pick up like nothing happened. That's also possible.
Seems unlikely. I don't know. I assume there's gonna be like some resentment of some sort. I'm not sure why. I'm under the impression Guillaume hates us.
Well, yeah, the cartel thing, he didn't like that. That's for sure. Because he was like telling me like, oh yeah, I want to move up to 50s, and like I told him like, yeah, you can forget about that. That's not happening.
Yikes. That's how you put it?
Not exactly, but I was telling him like, yeah, like I can't really do that, Guillaume. At least not unilaterally. Like we're a group here and we defended these lobbies. I was like, ben là, tu vas choisir Adrian puis Fatih contre moi. Like, Like they put in the work. Like what do you want me to do?
I mean, there's that, and there's the even stronger argument. Like it could like, will you even be around in 6 months? Like, am I gonna burn like 2 coworker relationships for someone who might quit 6 months from now?
I guess
But I mean, I get his point. I mean, there's a certain loyalty your friends need to show, but there's also, you can't just expect things to be handed to you either.
I think that's a lot more relevant. And you can't just show up to a work site with no experience and expect to land a job just because you know the guy up top. It's people more qualified than you, people who worked for the position,
I mean, that happens a lot in the real world, but
yeah. Sure, but
I think poker is very despotic like that. But anyways,
I'm trying to think like how we could have solved that differently, but it's. I don't think it's possible.
yeah.
Like, are we just supposed to say to Fetsi?
Hey,
We're just supposed to say to everyone in the group, "Hey, we're adding someone."
Yeah, did absolutely nothing, and like he's not even as good, but yeah.
hey, we also warred for a whole 3 months, or or just kicked out so many people over the span of a year and a half.
I mean, I've been warring at 50s for way longer than 3 months. Like it was every morning for a while, for me.
And maintaining the lobbies, that's right too,
Well, I'd get all the sneaker shitters, right? You guys saw my most frequent opponents. There's all those dipshits that I would play.
I wonder, like, what he would have said if we said, "Well, okay, Guillaume, tell us how we should, add you. Like, what is the solution?"
I don't know.
Because I really can't come up with something that would work. Like, are we supposed to say, "Okay, war us for a month," and then?
I think he was saying like, yeah. I think he was saying that, yeah, I'm gonna battle in. I think he said that,
like yeah, there's no battling in. We just defend each other. It's not.
Yeah, we're gonna gall you.
Well, we didn't come up with that back then.
Yeah.
Brilliant strategy though.
Blind lobbies.
Yeah, what's funny is we're the group that developed like the new cutting edge like trier strategies.
Yeah, fuck him, just got him.
But it only works for our group because of how responsible we are.
I think 20s guiles people too. Because they saw us doing it, so like, oh,
really, they did?
Sounds like a great idea.
It works for them until it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, if you threw only love at them, like, they would crumble so fast.
Well, not entirely true. Not entirely true. They've been defending against Sergey for like 2 months now. Sergey plays often.
Sergey's not love. Like,
yeah,
love is a cut above Sergey.
Speaking of love, love is actually attacking right now.
Right now, he's playing Hungry.
Playing 2 tables on 100.
Say what you want about love, but like he retired a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I've always said
it's impressive. It's really impressive.
Oh, Love's on a big upswing right now.
Is he? Like, actually?
My God, what a life! 1 table, 2 different regs. It's such a joke, man.
So you went from minus 7.1 plus to minus 5,800. Okay, so like $1,300 upswing. That's okay.
Dude, imagine.
He's gonna retire Hungry.
Oof, I don't think so.
There's no shot. There's no shot.
I think he's gonna retire the shittier ones if he keeps it up.
Hungary has not been making money on part, or like barely any money on party for like a year and a half now. You think Love Only
You're
Love's
making
gonna
my
retire
case? You're making my case for me, Shelly?
Wait,
well, no,
Hungary
I mean,
hasn't made money.
Dude,
I know
Hungarians.
What about like Dwayne the Rock and?
Okay, like I'm pretty sure Daddy 1966 is their most profitable guy, and he's up like 16k.
What?
Okay, but you're making my point for me, Shelly.
Okay, I'm saying though, like, if they defended against the Europeans, they play against Johnny every single morning or whatever, or they were for a while. If they've withstood all of that, and they were still, they were fighting Johnny, they were fighting Abstick, they were fighting
The Hungarians?
yeah, they fought like at some point Brain
like, a
plus
day.
Abstick plus Johnny plus no, it lasted like 2 weeks or something.
Oh, Brain, I forgot
Until
about that guy.
the Europeans gave up.
But
the
like,
Hungarians-
what time zone is this?
Like 2 in the morning for us.
Wow, Johnny was logging in that early?
Yeah,
And then
to
he plays,
fight with. Sorry.
Then he plays until like noon?
No, 11.
Uh,
He moves at 11.
Okay.
It was going for 2 weeks though, like a long time ago when Abstick was still playing, right?
Sick, yeah.
Um,
And Brain was still playing.
Yeah, exactly. And Kalingren or whatever. I'm saying if they withstood all that to make no money, and like they were like 10 table, or like like the lobbies were the same as ours when we were reg battling. Like 20 lobbies going. If they withstood that, you think Love Only Love single-handedly is gonna kick them out? I don't think so.
Oh, he retired a ton of people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were all stragglers. Like they weren't a group anymore after we kicked them out.
Well, yes, so, I don't know. I don't
Plus,
think,
I think-
if Hungary folds to Love, that would be just ridiculous.
Ça serait drôle, là. But it would be good, because we don't care about Hungary, and love would stop bothering me.
Oh, he's gonna bother me. You're happy about that, Worm?
Yeah. You know what, Chris? It's time you pulled the load a little bit. Les matins, c'est toujours moi qui est pogné avec jouer les astis de calice de cave.
We'll make an occasional appearance when Worm's gone. We'll be like, okay, just gotta log on. In the
Just
morning.
like, yeah, for once, like me and Hosty are always saying, like, for once, ça serait nice que Trier il commence sa session à 6h le soir.
I mean, it does happen.
Yeah, I mean, you can play
No,
clubs and
not
no
really.
guts.
Okay, no gut. Okay, this is what Chris does. He invents triers. Like, no guts. This is a trier.
Yeah, I'm sure you're
No.
elated. I'm sure you're elated to play that guy. And elated to play clubs.
Honestly, I always kill no guts.
Wow, must be nice. How come he kills me, Scott, Jason?
I don't know why, but it's like see-through. Like, no guts, he just does not stand a chance versus me.
Same, actually. I can think off the top of my head, though. There's a few guys who would play later. I mean, for
Okay,
one, there was
no.
Noti.
The only one is Gile.
I'm talking about specifically for 50s, though. I don't know about hundreds.
Well,
Those
Gile
guys
played.
like,
Alright, you know what? I'll give you Noti. But it was just not the same consistency as like Love.
yeah, for sure.
or the
Love
fuck-
is
dude.
ruthless.
The Brazilians and Johnny for a while, that was fucking annoying to deal with.
I'll say so, for sure.
And that was for like a good year and a half where like we had to log on and be like, bon ben, est-ce que vous tassez? Non, ok, on va jouer.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
that
Chris
bad?
dodged a bullet there, that's for sure.
No, I participated in some of that. I wore them a little bit.
A tiny bit, but I remember they'd play every single morning.
Yeah, but I mean, like when Worm called for backup, everybody logged on for a little bit to intimidate them, and that's when they stopped. I think, if I remember correctly. I remember Worm was like, "Let's all log in at 9 a.m."
Well, yeah, you gotta hit back really hard sometimes. I mean, dude, I would same thing for you. If like Hungary started coming on at 11, I'd be like, you know what? We're all gonna like let's organize going on, and we're just gonna keep playing till like 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Puis amusez-vous. Come try that again next time.
like I wouldn't be happy, but I think me and Scott can handle it because like they're not good. Like they're all nits. Like I'm not saying like we're gonna be printing money, but like it's not gonna be like we're losing money.
Yeah, maybe. I
I'd
mean,
rather play Hungry than Love. That's for sure. I just can't beat Love lately. Actually, that's not true. Last time I beat him.
Actually, I haven't played Love in a while. Last time I played him, he was tilting to me and just talking a lot of shit, calling me a luck box, and
Yeah, it's just the fact that he's so
haven't played in a
stubborn.
while.
Like you know he's not gonna click decline probably, and like it's for no.
Depends, he has
freaking
his
reason.
moods. I feel like Love has his moods. Sometimes he'll decline you right away. I think if Adrian's on, he'll decline you right away. To
Adrian,
hunt
yeah.
for Adrian.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say like Adrian intimidates people. I think he does.
No. You think Adrian's intimidating?
Yeah, he told me like, who was it? Oh, and Nagamaki. Nagamaki was like messing with me for a while. And, like the moment Adrian would come on, like Nagamaki would just give up. Maybe because it was 2 versus 1. I don't know, but
Well, the one time Nagamaki tried to, like, normally I would just leave. Like, Nagamaki would show up at like 11:45, and I'm like, okay, I'm ending anyway, so whatever. So I would just leave. The one time Nagamaki tried to turn up on me and Adrian at like 10:30, and I'm like, is this guy for real? And then he cooked out after like 20 minutes.
yeah, well,
I mean, that guy never had balls.
He lost his time.
Exactly.
Lol.
When was the last time you saw Nagamaki on?
Yeah, because nudes for cash and the Hungry just snap waits for us to log off.
It's pretty cordial
Yeah.
or courteous. The switch.
Yeah, the thing is, Hungry used to like log on at 1 a.m. But now they're just starting at like a little bit earlier.
12:30 or something.
Well, it might be because of summertime. Who knows?
Yeah. or,
Time zone switch
time
to
limit.
daylight savings.
Like it's like I used to be able to extend like an hour if I wanted to, but now like they don't tolerate that. They're like, okay, this is our time now. We're 5. You're getting out of here.
Well, isn't
Yeah.
that what you always wanted to do? Force them all to log on? I mean,
Yeah. But like sometimes like they would let me sit for 1 hour extra.
yeah, that's if Merchisters was on.
Yeah. But like I pretended like I didn't know it was them yesterday, and I played 8 tables against them. And God, it's like, I feel like I could have like made good money 8 tabling all of them at the same time. Like they're all just so transparent.
Yeah.
But
There's
yeah,
there's literally no deception to their game at all. It's like
Yeah.
they're face up.
exactly. It's like if they bet, it's for value. Like almost every single time. But yeah, I was like, man, like I could probably crush them like 8 tabling, but whatever. I don't want bad relations.
Antika, I'm sure you don't miss the other Hungarian. Avada
Avada
Kedavra.
Yeah. That
Oh
was-
my god.
I mean, yeah, I just ran as bad as possible there. Come on. Man. I think you had like 30% ROI over like 600 games. It was just stupid.
Except I saved this.
You saved it? Where'd you send it? Let me see.
Share me.
Oh, that's low.
No.
No, you sent something else? Is it in
Okay,
Raga?
check in Total Mart. Check in Total Mart.
Oh my god, what a scumbag.
I knew Chris would kill him.
Yeah, I mean, he would log on every single night to hunt me. It was so bad.
I remember.
Decline Scott, decline Jason. Where's Wendy?
No, I would come, Chris. I would come to bail you out sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so spiteful that he even commented on his Instagram page.
But that's
That
when
was-
Chris
yeah.
learned the lesson that I learned. Like, there's no benefit into like trash talking like someone like that, because then you're stuck playing with them for a long time.
Yeah.
I learned that lesson with Love. I just don't trash talk anymore.
It's funny because I actually trash talk Love myself, but he seemed to have a bigger heart on for you. than
Yeah,
for me.
because I trash talked him. I called him like a cuck and a fag and like all the worst things in the world. Like.
Those are the worst things.
And then I told, oh yeah, and he tilted me so badly once that I said like, I'm just gonna start at 7 a.m. to ruin your career.
You said that?
And he's like, boy. He's like, okay, I'd like to see you do that. And then I was like, yeah, I'm too OI to do that.
Pretty sure Kiki Kaisa did the same thing too. He said, you're never gonna get a fish game again. Next thing you know, they play 6,000 games.
Who said that?
7,000.
Who said that?
Mika.
Oh.
Kakoisa.
Oh, he said that to Love?
You never. Yeah, because Love blinded him out once, and then he just goes, "You're never getting a fish game again." And then,
And then 7,000 games later.
Yep.
Well, baby boys, I gotta go to bed. I gotta open the shop tomorrow.
all right, Worm. All right, Chris. Chris,
We can do this again tomorrow. Nobody's gonna stop us.
Okay. Maybe play Han. What's up?
Maybe play Han.
What's up, Shelly?
Chris, do me a favor before you go. Make sure to capture your smash. Video.
Yeah, I don't know why it should have been, but like something's weird.
Yeah,
with...
just make sure. Just regulate that.
Yeah.
Regulate.
Okay.
Good night.
Yeah. Finish this match. Yeah, I don't know. Like capturing the regulate. Like I see your chat. Dolphin capture specific window. Let's try window capture. Capture monitor. I mean, this should work. Should work. I should really make this scene a lot better. Like, put the chat on the left and all that. Should work, yeah. Alright, let's maximize this. Stretch the screen. Yikes. Yeah, yeah. Indeed. Okay, let's put some sound actually. Too good.
Choose your character.
Oh yeah, ranked is coming, by the way. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Show me a move. Show me a moves.
Cute versus Mark. Ready? Go!
Show me a move. Show me a moves. Hey. Show me a move. Falcon punch.
Choose your curses. Mark. Ready? Go.
Hey. Yeah. Hey. Show me a move. Show me a move.
Choose your curses. Mark. Ready? Go!
Show me a move. your moves. Cotton can't. Yes. Show me.
Choose your character. Versus Mark. Ready? Go!
Show me your moves. Show me your moves. Show me your moves.